and the plane hasn't taken off, and we're just sitting there. You know what starts running through my mind?
What?
If I had to get off this plane right now because it's on fire, could I get off it? And I look to the front, and I look to the back, and I'm like, nope. And then it starts getting like, oh my God, I'm getting hot. It's almost like a little panic attack fall that occurs.
First of all, that's irrational, by the way.
Yaffle Naffle on travel, fool.
Hell yeah, fool.
Yeah, fool. I'm like, fool. I used to be off Yaffle, but
What do you mean?
It's just, I'm not. Sometimes I'm just like, Okay, so I want you to tell me all the joys of traveling, son. Give me your pro travel.
Dude, traveling is okay. Do you have any idea how small we are compared to this universe or this world alone, or just this country alone?
Yeah, I'm.
Are you aware?
Yeah, I'm aware that I'm nothing more than a grain of sand, fool.
Okay, so America, just the United States alone, the stuff, the beauty of just other people, other states, it's just. There's so much out there, dude. How could you not want to know more than just Burbank?
Listen, Burbank. Listen, it isn't. So when I was younger, I used to be all about the travel. I really was. But there was a couple of things as to why that used to bother me about traveling when I was younger, but I was okay with because I would get intoxicated and I would just pass out and wake up wherever the hell I needed to wake up. And I was okay with that.
So you're talking about the actual flight?
The flight, the getting there, that whole rigmarole about getting to the airport hours earlier, we gotta wait, this, that. Like, to me, that where it really lies for me. You wanna know where it really lies for me? I didn't know I was claustrophobic, but I get really claustrophobic.
You're not claustrophobic.
So, are you gonna hear me out here?
But you're not.
Okay, just listen to me.
Okay.
When we're sitting there and the plane hasn't taken off and we're just sitting there, it starts running through my mind. You know what starts running through my mind?
What?
This stupid idea. And I'm like, I have to like, it's okay. That's not going to happen, dude. You're crazy. I start thinking, if I had to get off this plane right now because it's on fire, could I get off it? And I look to the front, and I look to the back, and I'm like, nope, I'd burn here. And then it starts getting like, oh my God, I'm getting hot. My God. Like, holy shit, dude, if I had to leave right now, if I just fucking, I start kind of, it's almost like a little miniature panic attack fall that occurs. So that was happening when I was younger, but I was all right because I was like,
a couple of drinks.
Just keep them coming.
Yeah.
Keep them coming. And I would take a Xanax or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna, dude, I'm gonna be out in 2 seconds, right?
Okay.
I loved it. I loved it because I was like, I get a buzz. I get off the plane. I'm buzzed. If I can just get into the hotel, I'm good. Then I became a father, and then I feel like I have to be on point. Like I have to be like.
Okay.
I have to be like, you know, on the lookout.
For what?
I don't know, fool. It's just I'm like, okay, I have to make sure that the girls are fine. I have to make sure that
first of all,
okay. I can't. And then that thought goes through my mind. The same thought of like, can we get out? Now it's not, can I get out of here? Now it's, can we get out of here? And then I look at my daughter. I'm like, she's not gonna make it out of here.
But
we're doomed.
Christian, first of all, that's irrational, by the way. But nonetheless, it's your fear. I understand.
And then you tell me like that you stayed in the tarmac for 2 hours. Full. I'm like, oh no, full.
Oh, you know what?
No, what hell have I walked into, fool? If I'm there for 2 hours, that's why people freak out. That's why I guarantee you. That's what. That's why people, you see them freak out, because I guarantee you they're claustrophobic and they don't know go. And then they get there. They're
You
just
mean
like,
those Karen moments on the plane?
dude, I shit you not. Dude. Because I could see me being there for 2 hours and then having.
You know what I did for those 2 hours?
Watch a movie.
Dude, I watched one of the best shows in a long time.
Listen to Yaffle Novel.
No. I watched one of the best shows I've seen in a long time.
What did you watch?
Oh,
So good.
it's
That's right, your memory.
my dude. It's about the. Oh my God! What?
Oh,
It's with Matthew not Matthew McConaughey, Matthew Broderick, and the family that invented
the windshield wiper.
No. I can't believe I'm blanking out on that stupid show right now, but it was so good. Maybe I'm a little biased because I work in the pain center.
Okay. Oh, the pill.
Yes. Not Norco. Oxy. Okay, it's about the family that invented Oxy and how they got this idea of like, you want to be here because at this level, at this pain level, you take a drug and it gets you high and you enjoy it. But at this point, when you're like have cancer or whatever, it's too much and it knocks you out. So they wanted to get a pill in between where it just gave you the pleasure without knocking you out.
You know, the thing about the Oxy and the Vicodin. You went to X-ray school, right?
Yeah.
I went to X-ray school.
Right.
And there was a course, whether it was a small module of like maybe 3 months or so, that we had to take up on prescription pills. Correct?
Well, but that was because we went on a MA X-ray.
Right.
Right. So it was that was the MA part.
The MA part, right?
Yeah.
It was a 3 month module on medication.
Something like that, yeah.
And I remember, this is an MA school, by the way. This is not nursing. This is medical assistance. And I remember that we had studied, and one of the questions was that medication wasn't supposed to be taken more than for 3 months, tops.
Correct.
Tops.
Yeah, because if you have surgery, you should be covered by then. That kind of level, pain level should be gone by then.
Right? Tops. And so it always... Because then you leave that school, and we left there, and we got into medicine kind of at the peak of that, where drug reps would show up,
bring us lunch,
bringing you lunch and coffee and dinners, and hey, tickets to go see games.
Yeah. They were bribing people, by the way.
Yeah, and you were always like, you know what, dude? Like, you would look at patients' charts and be like, "You're here for a refill? Didn't we just give you one like a month ago?" And what I'm saying is, the medical community wants to blame it all on the pharmaceutical companies, and not taking any what's it called,
responsibility.
And saying, "Yo, man, we were all complicit in creating that problem. We were all complicit because we all read the same book. We all knew the same rule. We all took the same test. If you said that you could take medication, any medication for more than 90 days, you got the answer wrong on the test."
Right. But
so what I'm saying is, how did that not translate over to the whole community? Because we all studied the same thing. And I mean, for us, like I said, it was like a small little module, but for nursing, nurse practitioners, PAs, doctors, it was a bigger portion
because of the lies that the pharmaceutical company.
Oh, yeah.
No, absolutely.
But
absolutely.
you're going to tell me that they honestly, not knowing, like,
no, absolutely.
Because we had talked about this before, and we both knew, like, oh, this is just basically Tylenol cut with heroin.
Right, but Christian, the thing that we kind of try to factor out, it's the human in it. Like, if somebody's coming to you and saying, "I'm going to give you a trip to Hawaii," and all you have to do is write these prescriptions, 9 out of 10 doctors are going to do it. They're human like anybody else. And, you know, but there was this line that they did in that they did in that show, and it was kind of like, hey, this is like non-addictive. Only like 1% of the people get addicted to it. And I don't know if you remember, I had knee surgery in 1996, something like that, right? And I still remember his name, Dr. Ray. He gave me some Norco. It wasn't Oxy, but it was Norco. And I took it for like 2 months. And then I went back, and he's like, you want some more? He's like, he gave me the same line that the reps gave him. This is not addictive. You could take it for as long as you want. It's not addictive. Now, for me, that was when it was like popping, like everybody wanted Vicodin. So I'm like, I'm not going to take them. I don't need them anymore. But guess what? What did I do? They gave me like, and this is, I hope I don't incriminate myself.
But you were a pavilions worker. You weren't a health worker.
No, but at the same time.
But I go back to, we all took the same test. We all took the test saying that medication is supposed to be taken for more than 90 days. We all took that. That question was on every exam, including the pharmacist, including the DEA, including the F. Like, you see what I'm saying? Where the checklist is, where everyone's supposed to be like, yes, like, yeah.
Oh, everybody,
and then someone's coming in and keeps refilling that prescription, and everyone's just like, yeah.
Right, so you know what you're saying? You're saying someone, right? There's two factors to that. The doctors. In our time at that time, doctors were a lot more respected. People took their word like it was like God's word. Like if they told you, hey, you need to take this or you need to do this, it was never questioned. We didn't have the knowledge that we do now. And then the other thing was the doctors themselves. And maybe it's not as the same now. It's not the same thing. But back then, most of the doctors were kind of like a little dorky. The dorky kids in school probably didn't like date in high school or even college. And then the pharmaceutical company was super smart. And maybe this is why I kind of liked the movie, the show a little bit more.
We saw the girls that they would bring.
Yeah, they would get like hot ass girls that would just come in and tell them these lines and flirt with them. And at the end of the day, a doctor's just a guy like me and you, bro.
I understand.
And there's this thing called morals that overtakes everything when your penis starts thinking.
I understand, but I go back to then the pharmacist gets the prescription, and they also have a medical chart.
But they also were getting paid.
Listen, just hear me out here. And then that pharmacist then sends a bill, sends a bill also to the insurance company. The insurance company also pays. So in other words, the insurance company has a log of all the medication you've taken. Right? And you're telling me that everyone saw that and everyone took the same test and agreed that we shouldn't give medication or be taking medication for more than 90 days.
No, but that's what you haven't seen that show.
No, I haven't.
Okay, so
that to me was always my problem to me as a medical professional.
Yeah, but Christian, you know what the pharmaceutical companies did, right? Remember I told you there's that factor that says if you're at pain level 1, you get this, and you pain level 10. They changed the laws. They found the middle ground, and they went and they changed the law to saying you could give them Oxy if they're in level 3. Before,
how did the insurance companies not claim fraud? You know, I get
because look, that I think everybody was making so much money. Now, the insurance companies themselves were like, I don't know. I'm sure. I mean, the medication, like, they don't question it because remember, Oxy was originally for cancer patients.
Yeah.
And people that were like dying.
Yeah.
And then it became like this big thing where everybody was getting it because they changed. Once again, they changed the law. They lobbied. Remember, they have billions of dollars, and they went and they lobbied people to change the law so they could give it to people that had 2-level pain as opposed to just dying. Because it's heroin at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, it's heroin cut with Tylenol.
But everybody got paid off. That's what you are. You see, your morals don't align with the rest of the country.
Yeah, well, they don't align with capitalist interests.
They don't, bro.
Because I'm playing by the rules that they made me take the test on.
Right.
It said, hey, just to make you aware. In other words, it made me feel like, okay, cool, we're all playing with the same rules.
Right.
So we all aware that, hey, not just me, but the insurance companies, the pharmacist, the doctor, the nurse, the nurse practitioner, like the assistant. We all are taking the same test that says that we're not supposed to take medication more than 30 days.
Right, but you're not going to question the doctor if you're a nurse. Now you are. But back then, and even now, you really don't.
But what I'm saying is, even if it gets past the medical office,
because everybody's making money and having a good time.
Once it gets to the pharmacist, and you say, oh, well, the pharmacist just, $1,000,001, whatever. Okay. Fine. It gets to the insurance company.
Uh-huh.
And the insurance company, by the way, who is making money and trying to keep you somewhat healthy. Meaning,
the insurance company?
To a certain extent. In other words, the idea that I'm going to end up paying, as an insurance company, I'm going to end up paying for your rehab isn't in my best interest financially. You know what I mean? Yeah, it may be if you die of an overdose, it might be. But nonetheless, I'm getting another bill as an insurance company.
Right.
That's saying I'm paying for another prescription of 100 Norcos.
Right. But Christian, is it, how much they paid for that medication compared to if a patient has to go and have surgery, or it's cheaper to pay for medication than it is to do a procedure.
Again, I'm going back to the rule.
There's no rule, Christian.
I took a test.
Right, but you're living in La La Land. Remember? How do you think? You know what happens when people start making money? The rules no longer apply. Remember the housing market?
The rule. Yeah,
everybody was making money. Everybody just broke the rules because why? They were making money and they were profiting. And look, and on top of that, if this was happening in the hood, or if this was happening in the poor community,
it would have gotten busted right away.
No, it would never have gotten busted.
Oh, you think it would have just maybe you're right. It would have just been
it's just these kids, these poor people, doing drugs. They're dying because they're ODing on pills. But when it hit the rich, not to be racist, but white community, that's why the
suburbs,
the suburbs, right? Whoever, that's why they changed the laws, and that's why they made, oxy to a freaking drug 1, and that's what changed everything. Otherwise, it would have never. Look, I work in the pain center. Okay, when I started there 15 years ago, I would say 80% of our patients would come in so they could continue to get the refill.
Yeah, that's like I said.
And look, I ain't gonna lie. I've taken oxy after my knee surgery, and it's a pretty good high, dude, bro.
It's pretty good high. I take oxy. I still have, because that stuff doesn't go bad, and I had it for my knee surgery, but I knew well enough that I didn't take that many, so I still have some.
Ooh, can I have some?
No, negative. But I take. When I like to take them. I like to take it when I get my tattoo. Every so often when I go and get a tattoo, I'm like, oh, this is the perfect time.
Yeah, it makes you feel good. You can't feel the pain. I mean, look.
I take a little J, dude, a little oxy, a little drink, and I get that ink. It's no big deal, bro.
Yeah,
it's no big deal. But we digress. We go back to my issues on traveling. So I had another experience when my daughter was 2 years old. And we went to go see my dad, and we flew
from Reno to Burbank. I mean, that's 5 minutes.
From Reno to Burbank, 45 minutes. And she is 2 years old. I think she was 2 or less. No, she must have been. I'm gonna say 2, just to say 2. And so we get there, and they separate us. My wife sits on one side. They
because you got to take his last minute or what?
No, we thought we had the seats together, and they were like, no, you're gonna sit here, someone else's. And then my wife, I'm like, I grabbed the baby, and I'm like, okay, and they put me and the baby all the way in the back, next to this couple, right? And my wife's like 4 rows up on a Southwest flight. My daughter starts I settled her down, and then like 10 minutes into the flight, she starts freaking out, you know. And I'm trying to calm her down, and I'm like,
you were that parent, dude.
I'm over there, I'm looking, I'm like, can someone, you all see what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
Do you not think it would be in the best interest for everybody to give me to move forward, or the flight assistant, can you come out here and ask someone to move, that way the family could sit together? And they didn't. And so in my irrational, and I'm a big smart ass. For those of you that don't know, I have a big problem with authority, especially when it comes to injustice. I have no problem in just letting people have it. And so I decided to let them have it, let the plane have it. And I was like, no, baby girl, you go ahead and tell everyone here what a bunch of assholes everyone is. Let them all know. Fuck them. Cry your eyes out, baby, until your heart's discontent. And I just let her go, crying like bloody murder, dude. And everyone was looking back. I'm like, yeah, what are you guys gonna do? What's gonna happen now? We're just gonna sit here, right? We're all just gonna sit here. We're all just gonna sit here, right? All right, cool then. Let's just sit here. It's only gonna be another 20-30 minutes. Hopefully this plane doesn't have to turn around. That's how it was. And after that, I was like, I can't. I'm like, I would.
Well, she's no longer 2, by the way.
She's no longer 2, but I that experience was enough for me to be like, I can't. I'm too on edge to travel with these women. Like, I'm too, like, even when I went to Catalina, I just feel like I'm a pack mule. Like, I feel like I'm the donkey carrying all the luggage. I think I'm playing security. You know what I mean?
What do you like?
I'm playing security, being
what
like,
do you,
hey,
what
so
do you,
I don't relax on vacation with them.
But
I don't sit there. You know what was the last time I really enjoyed a vacation? And Carol, my wife, thinks it's hysterical. She's like, you enjoy going to on vacation with as long as there's another I'm like, another man? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I relax then. I'm like, because then it doesn't feel like the weight is on. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like. So she's like, when you went to Vegas and it was Afro and your brother and El Tio and Jay, he's like, you were like yourself. She's like, you weren't like stressed out at all. She's like, you were having a great time. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, because it felt like there was a support system that I didn't have to be the only one carrying the boats. I'm like,
is that why we went for New Year's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When it's just me, it feels like I have to carry the boats here. I have to hold this ship together. I have to hold us, make sure that you two, make sure that everything is safe. Make sure that, where's the bags? Make sure that this is, if not, like, all hell's going to break loose. You know, I'm like, it just doesn't, I don't feel confident to be traveling with you two. I'm like, that's the case.
What are you afraid of?
The world, Jose. The world.
The world?
You know, it's an evil place, son.
Christian, for somebody that
it bothers me. I
understand, but for somebody that looks up a lot of statistics and like numbers.
I know. Everything you're saying.
Flying is the safest way of travel.
I get it, fool. But I can't get the irrational thought out of my mind, like those and that's why those Karen moments, I think, happen. I think all like when people,
for sure,
like, it's just those irrational thoughts go in there and they're just like, dude, it's getting hot. That's my first thing.
Well, I think that goes hot for you, but knowing some Karens, it's those people freak out because they're so privileged that when something doesn't go their way, they freak out.
Yeah, I don't.
But it's the same thing at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Your mind is the most powerful muscle in your body.
So when it comes to travel, Fool, I just can't. I want to be. I listen, people, before you all get on me and be like, oh, this guy, this.
But Christian, no. Okay, so like anything else.
Oh, look, you even talking
you're stressed
about
out.
just talking about it.
Right.
I feel a knot coming on my back.
But think about
pop
this.
An oxy when I get home.
The thing that I've learned, I think, I used to be a very controlling person.
It's getting hot in here.
Controlling, folks. Yeah, it's a little hot, but that's just you. But I used to have control. And to all my like really good friends out there, like when we used to go camping or we used to go anywhere,
your control issues haven't changed.
Oh, absolutely, they have. But not.
Listen, I can come over tomorrow and bring 2 tomahawk steaks.
That's because you don't know how to grill. That has nothing to do with control.
I can be like, all right, I'm going to start this. And you're going to be like, no, get away. Get away.
I got it. Okay. When it comes to rational things, I still need control.
So we'll put a pin on that, and I'm gonna ask you, dads out there. I'm gonna ask you if you feel my pain about this travel, and maybe it's just me. I'm gonna take a poll. There's the world out there is gonna listen to this, and hopefully they'll answer the poll.
I mean,
and they'll be
traveling is stressful. Like the actual traveling, getting from point A to point B because it's just crowded lines. I don't give a fuck. I enjoy every single minute of it.
You see, that's what I'm saying, dude.
I don't.
I'm saying.
You know what I do when I'm waiting? I look at people. I like be like, oh, I wonder where she's going. Like, I wonder where they're going. Like, what are they thinking? Like, are they like having an affair or like I just make all this shit up in my mind. Like, try to figure out what people are doing because you never know. And it just keeps me, like, next thing you know, it's like, oh, it's time to get in the plane. I watch a movie. I get there. And that's it. It's over. It's that simple.
And the thought of the plane burning up and you getting out doesn't ever cross. Doesn't cross your mind, dude.
You know what sucks about me being rational? I'm a very rational person, so stuff like that doesn't come to my mind. But when stuff that happens that makes no sense to me, that's not rational, I can't let go of it.
Oh, you see, yeah, that's why it's easy for me to let go of stuff.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So on that, I don't know which one is better, dude.
I lived there for a long time, so when it happens, I'm finally like, oh, thank God that finally happened.
Yeah, I can rationally, I'm like, fuck, what was I thinking? Like, that makes no sense. Or why did this happen? That makes no sense.
Like, I don't know when this is coming out, right? But once the strike happened, and I got wind as to how long the strike was going to last, and I remember sharing it with a few people and being like, hey, I hear that this is going to go until January. And people were like, dude, you're crazy. You're crazy. This is going to be over in a couple of months. But in my mind, because the plane is going to catch on fire and I'm going to be in it, once we got to like month 3 or 4, I was like, oh, I was right. I was prepared. But everyone else was like, dude, I can't believe this is happening. I'm like,
I told you. Look,
I've been living like this is going to happen from day 1, son.
But I think that has to do obviously with the way you were raised up, with the issues, the fact that if you think of the worst,
I'm prepared mentally.
You're prepared mentally. For me, I always think of the best, and I always get let down.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I'm always. I always somehow the universe. But they say like that's part of my. Well, that day, my wife says that's part of the problem. She's like that. If I would be more a little bit more positive. Ace says the same thing.
Yeah.
Ace says, Ace always like, when something goes wrong or something goes right, when something goes wrong, he's always like, can you just start making this go the good way? He's like, because you have a way of making it go the wrong way with your I'm like, you make it seem like it's my thoughts, like I'm out here projecting. He's like, but
you are.
He's like, you are. He's like, you really are. And I'm like, I'm not though. He's like, you are, dude. Can you just start projecting some good stuff? You know? And then I'm like, I guess I have to kind of like not think that the plane's gonna burn, you know? And
no, you know what? What you have to do is you got to go to therapy and figure out where those thoughts are coming from, bro. I am totally serious.
Listen, you're not the only person that's told me I got to go to therapy. And you're not the only one. So far, me doing this podcast, there's been a little
therapy for you.
There's been a little cry out there being like, "Hey, Phil, I think you need to go talk to someone."
Well, but I kind of like. I think the way that you think, it's so much. Like for you, it's just better because you think. You think it's the worst, and then when it doesn't happen, oh, dude, I'm on top of the world. Like it was supposed to be this bad, but it only happened this bad. For me, I try to be positive all the time, and then when it doesn't happen, I go into like this little mini depression, dude.
Yeah, no,
like fuck, like really.
See, the thing is, well, I'm like the Hulk and Bruce Banner. You know what Bruce Banner said? What the secret is?
What is
where he was walking away and they asked him, and he's like, and he was turning into the Hulk, and he's like, don't you have to get angry first? And he turns around, he looks at the Avengers, he's like, don't you know the secret? I'm always angry. It's kind of like, don't you know the secret? I'm always depressed. It's always just looming around the background. You know, it's just a little. Just
once again, I can see it. This is your childhood. You're always waiting for that second. Yeah. Second shoe to drop, dude.
Yeah. I'm never. It's never gone away. The salt on my back. it's always right there, dude.
I think that's and in my opinion, your way of dealing with things is better than what I did, which was never dealt with anything. Like nothing was bad. Life is too good. But yet in the back of my mind, I had all those issues that I never dealt with.
Yeah. But you can travel like guilt-free right now. I wonder.
Because you know what, dude? I don't give a fuck. Like, I fucking came here when I was 7 from Durango, across the border, dude. When I was 7 years old. Like, what's the worst that could happen?
Listen. When we were in Europe, and we got in this terrible flight, and it was raining, and Ace was with me, and my brother, my brother who was still in the military, the big Sarge, was standing beside me, and the plane was we taken off, and it was a propeller plane, right? Small little plane, and Big M was on it with us, and him and Ace were sitting in the back, and right behind us, and the water started going through the plane. You could it was leaking water.
What?
It was leaking water.
Was it in your head or was it really leaking water?
It was really leaking water. And my brother looked at me. He put his headset on, and I put my headset on. We looked at each other. And he's like, "If we die, we die, bro." I was like, "Right?" He's like, "We're at least together, man. Who cares? I'll see you when we get there. One way or another, I'll see you again." And we went to sleep. Ace and what's his name were freaking out back there, dude. The flight attendants had to calm them down.
What the hell?
Oh, you never heard this story?
But I think they were on drugs.
Yeah, they were. They were totally out of their minds.
I've heard the story.
But what I'm saying is, I didn't care. Right at that moment, I didn't care. I was like, something happened once. my daughter was.
Well, you have something to live for.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that I gained a give a fuck. Like
You have a purpose, bro.
yeah, it totally fucked me because my attitude, dude, even my attitude of when I want to like be a smartass and have like that and in games or whatever, or like I want to have that attitude of like, you know what, dude, go fuck yourself. It literally runs in my head. My daughter's watching me. My daughter's here.
Well, that's
that's good. So in other words, I'm like, you can't behave this way. She can't see you like this, and it's that kind of like when it comes to travel where I'm like, I gotta show, I'm like if I freak out,
she's gonna freak out.
She's gonna freak out. Yeah. So at the same token, I'm like, I can't drink. I gotta keep it really, really in control, you know, unless there's someone else here. I'm like, if not, then it's all on me. That's like I said, dads, please let me know if I'm running too hot, if talk me down, be like, hey, fool, it's not just you. Let me know it's not just me. I have a feeling it's not just me. I have a feeling that's why a lot of families don't go on vacation.
Or they can't afford it.
Or they can't afford it.
No, for sure. I mean, I don't have kids, but I have a lot of people that I've known like since they were born. Like a lot of girls, dude. Like Eric's daughter, Rick's daughter. Like I've known them forever, and I know them since they were like little kids, and then, you know, they're like 22, 23 now. And like when they were like starting to date, dude, like I was like, no, dude, like you can't hang out with this guy. Like that's a fucking dick. And then I started to think, I was like, fuck, that was me. Like I was a fucking dick.
Dude, bro.
I know.
Bro, that day is coming.
I know,
that day
dude.
is coming, son. That day is coming. That I don't even know how that's going to be.
That's what having kids is great for your life, in one sense. But
that's another knot for. We're gonna go ahead and move on from this subject because I think that's a little. I want to do the Yafo Nafo on college football. I know we talked a little bit about sports. But the reason why I'm bringing it up, not because I'm a big college football fan. Yafo. I'm going to say, yeah. I'm going to say, man, Yafo. I'm not a big college football guy. I'm not a big football guy at all. If you notice on this show, we hardly ever talk about it because I can play football. And Tio, they can play football. Ace, they can play football. I don't think Jalendo played football. So none of us played football. I know that there's a football fanatics out there. I used to be one, but not really. I was kind of like a fair weather kind of football fan. I still kind of am. I know Ace is more of a college football kind of guy, and I think you do pro more. Yeah. You actually follow the league a lot more than I think any of us really do.
Well, I used to be into football a lot, and to full disclosure, I wanted to play football in high school.
Yeah, but you're 5'9".
No.
Soccer was more like this. Bro, you should have been gone.
We grew up in Burbank, right? We were playing freaking Crenshaw or,
yeah,
you know. So I could have made it. I guarantee I could have made the team, but Miami would not sign the release. All right, so they didn't let me play. But nonetheless, because I love football, I think football. If anybody knows, I'm kind of like, I'm angry sometimes about things. I don't know about what, but going out there and just hitting somebody, it feels really good. But nonetheless, okay, I was into college football for maybe 10 years. All right. Started when I was like 16. My neighbor that I worked for cutting his lawn, he was an older guy. He was into Notre Dame. Like, he used to watch Notre Dame football all the time. And I got into it, and then I started watching it, and I loved it because football, everybody's playing hard, dude. Like, it really
matters.
It really matters. And I wish I could still be into it, but it just takes too much time, dude.
Yeah, I just don't like it because I guess when I was younger, I had nothing to do or I know people love it now as adults and have kids and they've gotten their kids to love it, and I don't know. It's not something that I
look.
I watch it every so often. But
do you wish? Because I see these people like their families are like generations like into college football. They like dress up and they go like at 9 o'clock in the morning. And they barbecue and it's like their life on the weekend. Would you want to do that?
I guess that's a cultural thing, right? That's no longer just a game. That's part of your culture. That's part of like it's an identifying factor of who you are. You know, it's a tradition now. It's a tribal thing that you're doing. It's no longer just.
But have you ever thought about it? Like, I wish my family was into it, so I could do that.
Well, I wish a lot of things.
True. So I guess maybe it's just me.
I mean, if we're gonna go down that list,
going to football games, college football games is not in the top.
How about just showing up to my game? Can we start there?
There you go. You're right.
Can we just start there, son?
I think for a moment there, I thought it like I wasn't Mexican or Hispanic. All right, that's a white thing, I guess.
Yeah, I don't. You know, maybe if I've seen it.
Right.
I've even participated because I've been invited.
Right.
It's
I like crazy, right?
I like it for the traditional basis, and don't get me wrong, I like
it's
football.
A community.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm all about it. Like it's a tradition, community. Like I said, I find it to be a culturally thing, and especially college football. I'm not a big fan. I'm not. Yeah. I don't follow it. The only reason why I'm even bothering bringing it up is that I haven't seen the college football games. My daughter is 9. I think if I say that, or 10, if I say that I haven't seen a college football game in like 12 years, I might be cutting it short. Like it might be longer. But seeing Deion, I was a big Deion Sanders fan growing up.
Who wasn't?
Right? And seeing him coach, he was just coaching. He's not like he's playing. I actually followed the last couple of games where I was like, is this crazy? Because I'm a fair weather fan. Again, not even fair weather. I mean, you can just say, you know, I couldn't tell you.
The only reason you watch it because of Deion. And
that's it. And so I wanted to say, do you think Deion Sanders and players of his ilk, let's say players of his ilk, because let's say, you know, everything copies each other, right? So at one point or another, what other, like, do you think that's going to change college football?
Oh, no, it's not going to change.
In other words, do you see another like ex-player being like, you know what, dude, I'm going to go coach?
Well, the problem is this, or not the problem, but the difference is this. For those of you that are between the ages of like 30 and 50, or maybe 40 and 60, there would never be another Deion Sanders.
Well, yeah.
That's part of the thing. Like there's been other coaches or players that have coached, but Deion Sanders, not prime time, dude. I mean, this guy was a freaking freak of nature. He was like Bo Jackson. Nobody's gonna know who Bo Jackson is.
Yeah, no one. You can't even compare him to.
All right, so Deion Sanders played 2 professional sports in Atlanta. All right, he was one of the best defensive backs in football to have ever played the game. Top 3 for sure. And then on top of that, he played for the Atlanta Braves. So he's a special person in the sense that he's a freak of nature athletically, but then on top of that, he did it with flair. And so many people identify with him at that time because at that time you couldn't be so outspoken and so like talk so much shit.
Did you know that he was
and back it up?
Did you know he was signed to Death Row?
I did not know that.
He had his first rap song. He was on Death Row.
I know he had a rap song, but I mean, this is how good he was. He was with, was it San Francisco?
Yeah.
And won the Super Bowl.
And then he went to the Cowboys.
Then he went to the Cowboys the next year and won Super Bowl. One person made that big of a difference because nobody threw to his side. But it's not going to happen again just because of his personality. I think his personality has to do more than anything else, that he's an ex-player.
Do you think it's going to, again, I'm asking you because I'm fascinated in the sense that I'm like, I can't believe I actually care. Like that's where I'm at. I'm coming at it from a point of being like, I can't believe I'm actually interested to see this team play. I'm like, and he's just the coach. I know, like just the coach is not. It's degrading his ability,
profession.
Yeah, his profession, because it's more than just a coach. I get it that these guys are all like young men trying to like teach them how to play the game and trying to teach them how to deal with life and how to deal with success. Totally understand. But what I'm saying is, why would someone like me tune in? And it can't be just someone like me.
It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, so does that change college football? You know what I mean? Kind of like we were talking about the Taylor Swift. You know, there's three this is when I say like there's three bigger things in sports right now where you gotta be like, things are changing. Like there's a shift, you know, and they're big shifts, and we want to say that these are just local trends or whatever, but something here is happening, like where it's like people are like they're moving the needle.
For ratings, I guess. I mean, look, for the one thing that I know from watching college football, it's the best coaches are not always the best coaches. They're the best recruiters.
Yes.
Right? That's the reality of it. Nick Saban is not the greatest of all time because he's got
he just
better.
It's the best talent.
But it started with him. He's a smart coach. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to take any ability from him, but he changed the culture in the sense that he brought the best players in the country, you know? So it's changing a little bit because now you go anywhere and really get exposed because of social media. So Colorado, where Dion is coaching, like before, they would not get any
coverage,
top 5 recruits or coverage at all because
who cares?
Who cares? But the fact that social media is now there and you could be a 5-star recruit and go to Colorado and people are still going to see you. So is it going to change the game? I think it's already changed. I think people are just really hyped up because it's Deion Sanders and the sound bites. You know, he's got.
Well, I would say what he says, but he copywritten it. Did you know he copywritten it?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
he was so good. He had 2 nicknames, dude.
Prime time.
And what was the other one? Oh, come on. See,
dude, the memory.
It was
killing you, kid.
He had 2 freaking. But he was that good. I mean, he was just incredible. But this is not something that's new, Christian. If you remember back in 90s, early 2000, Miami did the same thing. Coach just went and recruited people.
Yeah, but he hasn't recruited anyone. This isn't like crazy recruiting class. He's walked in basically with his same team. Not the same team from Colorado, but like he basically kicked those kids to the curb and brought his team from
his other school.
From his other school.
I mean, Colorado was already a decent school to begin with. They're in the Pac-12, so they were getting decent players.
They only won 1 game last year.
Well, they've only won 2 games this year.
I guess.
No, I'll take that back. They're 3-2. 3-2. It can.
At this point, well, who knows? By the time this comes out, I don't know when this is coming out.
No, right now, whenever this comes out, they're 3-2, and they just They lost to SC and they lost to Oregon. They got destroyed.
All right, so we think it's going to change. So
It's not going to change. Well, sports in general has changed. College sports sport because people are getting paid now.
Yeah,
athletes are getting paid.
Yeah.
So it's changed a lot.
It's changed a lot. So
Right.
is this part of that same? Is this part?
It's part of that same trend. Look, the one thing that I could guarantee you is they're getting a lot of eyes and a lot of media, and that's going to bring a lot of players. So I'm saying it here now.
Saying it here now on Yafo,
and Nafo, Yafo, whatever. Deion Sanders his team will make the college football playoffs within 2 to 3 years.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I mean, I'm kind of cheating because they're extending it from 4 teams to 8 years, but nonetheless. Yeah, his recruitment he'll get players.
Okay.
He will get players,
All right, fools. I want to give you guys thanks for hanging out with us, and we're going to be checking you guys out later.
Later.